Hey, good morning, you guys. I've got me a little sleep so I can talk a little bit more. I was so tired last night. I didn't have, I couldn't even, I thought I could talk, but I couldn't talk. I think I'm going to delete that live. I'm seeing who's up. I want to talk about my puppies always wake me up early, and I never go back to sleep because I got to get ready for work. I just want to talk about your gifts will make room for you. Just keep ignoring the distractions. Okay. I just want to see who's up. I see one person is up, probably Black Barbie. Am I right? Because Black Barbie never sleeps. I tell you. I want to send a shout out to Diane. Diane for coming in and um, going to my shoot where I had to shoot at with me and sitting there with me the whole time. I really appreciate that. She was there with me the whole time. So um, I'm going to talk about what I had going on yesterday. I thought it was a Black Barbie. I guess not, but I do see it's four people on here, and they're not saying anything. So I guess it's the four people that like to be in the bushes. Four of the people that like to be in the bushes, which is cool. So since I don't know who it is on here, I must do a prayer first. Dear God, I just thank you right now for keeping this live protected. No weapon formed against me or any people on this live that means well shall prosper. Any lying tongue, any evil person that try and rise up against me will be condemned. Any evil thoughts, any cruel thoughts, any witchcraft, any spells, any jealousy, any type of energy like that sent my way, we reverse the curse, we curse it at the root and send it back to the sender. And may it manifest in their very own lives and their families in less than 30 days. Every curse that they speak out will manifest in their life. Okay. Okay. Good morning. Hey, Miss Shan, Miss Kawana. You guys, I want to talk about. I didn't have my phone with me. Well, I don't have YouTube downloaded on my phone. Okay, I know I talked about um, how I had some good things going on for me. And I always have good things going on for me. You know, God has always been extremely good to me, even when I was in my depression, right? I talk about my depression because a lot of people, they're afraid to talk about when they are in a depression, right? Some people that go into depression, sometimes they have to, uh, I guess, get on meds and seek help. I did seek help. Okay. Ended up getting grief counseling, going back to grief counseling and getting my grief counseling from, as I always do, like I did when my grandmother passed away, from Pastor Young. Okay. Pastor Young is one of the best grief counselors out there. Um, has always been great. Okay. And Pastor Young is the mayor's family. Okay. They are great people. Helped me through my depression when my grandmother passed away. And I gotta say, along with my mother praying, they were definitely the ones that got me through this depression. Okay, this last depression that I had been in basically for almost 2 years. Okay, I was a functioning depressant. But anyways, I had gotten a call the, from a major network, and they actually emailed me, and I'm like, at first I didn't believe it was true because I'm like, how did they receive my email? But I got to thinking about um when I told you all that when I was working, when I was doing those shows on the Phoenix Coldens case, her family had wanted me to be in that documentary, and they didn't have me in that documentary, right? And um anyways, Oxygen, what I learned yesterday is Oxygen and on Oprah Winfrey Network, OWN Network, are the two, they're the same people. Okay, Oxygen and OWN are the same folks. Okay, so I think at one time Oprah Winfrey was the face of those channels. I think she was just the face of those channels. I think she was just the face. Okay. But anyways, they had reached out to me. And I didn't say anything because, I know things change instantly about being in a documentary. Okay. Apparently they reached out to me because they had been looking at my channel. Um, that's you never know who's watching. Okay. Because I'm gonna tell y'all some things that I learned yesterday, and finding out these producers have been watching me again, right? So I just kind of generically was like, oh yeah, okay. you know I wasn't so sure that it was real. And so then when that person had reached out to me, that when I said I had agreed, because they was coming into around the Memphis area to do a documentary on something. No, it's not the Young Dogs case. Let me just put that into the atmosphere. It's not. And so they yeah. So anyways, when I knew it, when I started getting emails from the top producers, like um and it had, they had one of the top producers reached out to me and was like, one from the OWN had in their email was the OWN network, one was an executive from one of the producers from Oxygen. Like I said, and I got confused about that because I'm like, dog, okay, is this a game? Because um one is from Oxygen, one is from OWN. That's what I learned yesterday. They're both the same people, right? And so anyways, hey, when they sent me my NDA, they sent me um my paperwork to receive, the amount of money that they agreed to pay me, which wasn't a lot. And they sent me what I needed, because they give you like a script. Really, they do. We always knew that TV was kind of scripted, but they kind of give you a script to study so you'll know what to say. And I was like, there's no way in the world I could basically, learn all of this. So right, when they got to Memphis, it was like, we want to meet you. We're in Memphis, and we want to, this is where we're going. Because they initially had said, they knew I had a studio, and so they was like, we could just pay you a fee, a daily fee, to set up in your studio and film, because we have not gotten a location yet. And so that was what they was going to do. They was going to pay me a daily fee, which was a really good fee, and bring in everybody that they was going to interview as it relates to this documentary. And when they got to my studio, when they went into my, they sent one of their producers, one of their field producers, to my studio. And he was like, oh, we have a lot more equipment. So he was like, we could have put it in that open area. But because I had my cousin to go and open it up for them. But he was like, the green room would have been better, but it's not big enough. So he was like, okay, so what we're gonna do is gonna rent something else. So they ended up renting a mansion in an undisclosed location, which is where Diane and I went last night. It was very beautiful. I mean, it was very nice to us. You know, um, they was very nice. But for me, I filmed for almost 5 hours straight, because she was like, okay, so we're on crunch time, because they order food and stuff. And the senior producer was like, okay, so the house that they had rented out, she was like, okay, so the people are saying, because they started running behind. And some of the people that she ended up, she was like, I'm sorry to do you like this, but they did pay me for it. Okay. It's like, I'm sorry to do you like this, but the people that we brought in for this documentary earlier, they knew nothing. They studied nothing. And she was like, you seem to know a little bit more. So a lot of the scripts, I gotta interview you longer. So I didn't leave there until about midnight or whatever, because she was like, we're going to have to show you more in the documentary, because you seem to be more well. And I did. I didn't, because I did forget a lot of it, and she would, when I would forget, she was sitting behind the camera and she would feed me. Um, she would give me cues and bites or whatever, and she would kind of help. She would kind of remind me of those things that I forget. But I did study what they, I did study the case. Okay, I did study the case, and so anyways, so it worked out, but I was so tired last night. I had never talked that long, and then um she had initially told me, she was like, well, we got, an FBI agent coming in, and they did. And it had, he couldn't remember nothing. Okay. Even though he had worked on this particular case, this is not a case that was in Memphis. It was a case that was on the outskirts of Memphis, in one of the smaller towns in Mississippi, one of the cities in Mississippi. And she was like, hold on. I don't know who calling me this early. Y'all, who's calling? I had not opened up the line yet. Is it somebody who was that just called? That's in the Are you in the chat? If you just called, because I had not opened up the lines yet. Anyways, I'm trying to tell y'all about my experience, and so I think the hardest part though, because I was tired, because I talked. I've never talked for 5 hours straight. And like I said, she was like, "You're so well versed on it," because the guy that was the FBI agent, was supposed to, she was like, "He's going to be the main, like the main person. And so we'll use you to kind of talk about like the second, I forget what she called, like the second person." But they ended up having to use me as the main person because he didn't remember nothing, even though he had worked on the case, and it had been years though. And another person, they didn't remember anything either. And so she was like, "You were so well versed on the case, we got to make you the main person, so they'll see you more in the documentary." And so I was so tired, even though I was sitting there. She was like, "Okay, before you leave," she was like, "We didn't get them to do this, but we kind of want to get some video of you, because um, reading the case and taking pictures, because when we do like this documentary, um, we'll have your face on the cover of the show, along with the people. We have your face on the cover of the show." So I thought that I was gonna leave right after I finished, but she told one of the other producers, "Okay, let's just start getting video of her on the computer. Let's get pictures and video of her doing this, and that." And it was, like I said, I was tired. But shout out to Diane, because she was there with me the whole time. They felt, they I didn't get a chance, because she was like, "Listen, I'm so sorry, but um while they were eating, they ordered some really good food. When I got home, I ate a little bit of mine, but they was very nice to us. They fed us really good, and they did pay me pretty good, right?" And I see now, like I said, I know everybody knows that TV is kind of scripted, because when you forget, you got somebody sitting behind the camera to throw it back at you. Okay, this is the direction right here. It wasn't this, just remind you of the lines or whatever. Um, but I said all that, so that was the blessing. It was just the experience. Like I said, it wasn't no whole lot of money at all, but it was just the experience. Who the hell calling me? Hold on. Hold on. Hey, oh, it went good. They kept me there for 5 hours. It was really nice to us, and um, I was so tired. She told me when I first got there, she was like, well, she had already, we was communicating when they were calling me and communicating with me, even the producers from out of LA. She was like, "Oh, well, don't worry because we got a couple other people coming, and they're going to be the main people. We'll use you because first of all, she said because we always use men, and they have been looking at they had kind of been watching me, I guess, and so they was like, we like, I guess that was a black woman, and they'll be the main character, so you don't have to worry about much." And so just learn what I sent you, just read over it and learn, the case a little bit, and we'll use your bites. But I ended up, when she said when they got there, the reason, they was going, she was kind of late. She said they didn't remember anything, even though I had worked over the case. And she was like, "We're going to have to make you like the main character in this documentary." And so, whatever it was that FBI agent was supposed to do, they ended up keeping me there 5 hours. She was like, "We'll use their bites and stuff, but you'll be the main person." And then they ended up doing video of me, you know, as if I was on the computer, just a whole lot of stuff. So, because she was like, because when we put this documentary up, we'll have the people that's in the documentary, but also have your face on the cover of this show also. So your face will be on the cover. So it went well. It went well. It was I guess it was, I was tired. And so they was like, we got a couple other things that's going on for two different situations that from the around the South, and we want to use you a couple more times. I do know for a case that they got, a documentary that they're doing in Dallas. They want to, either she said Dallas or Houston. They want to use me for that, and so I guess they'll fly me out there. But they'll talk to me about that. But I'm gonna call you back in a few minutes. It went well. I was just tired. That's all, because I talked for 5 hours without stopping. Because they have you going over things, then they have you reading. They had me doing things that I didn't know that I was gonna do. So, but I'll call you right back. All right. Okay, y'all, it's my mama. She just thought to call me and tell me, I woke up thinking about, I ain't heard from you. How did it go? When I got on last night, I was really duped. I was duped. I was tired. I'm like I said, I never talked for 5 hours straight. I've never talked for 5 hours straight. But anyways, yeah, I wanted to say, your gifts will make room for you. Ignore the distractions, right? So I know a lot of times, like I didn't put this into the atmosphere because I understand that the enemy lurks. Okay, and for me, I was always taught that the way to get your blessings is to be able to celebrate with somebody else. Hey, listen, even though I'm an investigator, I've seen a lot. I think for me, I guess I had a naivety because about myself, because I felt like um I just didn't know the extent of the evilness of people, right? When they're jealous, when they're disgruntled, when they're basically pathetic, right? And so, but okay, because even though I've gotten off track, y'all know people put out fake rumors and stuff about me. I had to do some things. I had to spend out some money on doing things because of the negativity and the just the lies, right? I think I've been kind of like an open book, and it's a lot of stuff that ain't nobody's business, anyways. Okay, but there have been things that I tell people because we all go through the same type of stuff. I mean, it ain't nowhere in the world I'm ashamed of it. If I don't talk about it, it's because it really just ain't nobody's business, right? But even with the lies and people who don't even know me, folks that I was cool with, just flat out at one time, just flat out told lies on me. Okay. I've had to spend money to consult with people, with lawyers, and all of that about the lies, okay, about the defamation of my character. And even in the midst of that, okay, and it's funny because one of the producers, one of the field producers who said that they had been watching me at one point, every time that I came on, they was tuning in, right? um Even with all of that, God was still setting me up for a blessing. I said, I used to tell people, have people say, Tamara, you never know who's watching you, this, and I was like, I don't care who's watching me. These folks messing with me and lying on me and this and that. Um, but I want to say this: your gifts will make room for you. And when you talk about gifts, no, I listen. I ain't talking about. Listen. Hey, whatever gifts it is that God gives us, okay. Whether people think that they're perfected or not, whatever those gifts are. And then I love the scripture when God says the gifts comes without repentance, okay. And I use that a lot when we're talking about especially some of these rappers, because God has given them, or somebody has given them, a gift, but they go out and they do things that keeps them repentant. And God says your gifts will come without repenting, okay. And a lot of people hey, they don't use I think they don't use whatever God gives them for the right reasons, okay. And one thing that I learned in talking to some of those producers when they were sitting around me last night is they gave me some good encouraging words. Ignore the distractions, okay. And it goes back to, shout out to Gerald Perry. He was a chief with the Memphis Police Department. I'll never forget, when I was in my 20s, I was so sensitive, and I still have a sensitivity about me, right? And I remember he said, you know what, you so sensitive. He said, you could tell that you ain't never really had no experience. He says, but just always remember this: if people are not talking about you, that means that you're doing that. He said, if people are not talking about you, that means you're doing something wrong, okay. And people talk about folks, and they go at people. When people talk about folks, or go at folks that they don't know, that have never done anything to them, that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of them, okay. So ignore the distractions. Keep walking your path, and allow God to make your gifts make room for you, okay. All I know is that, when the show, because she says, okay, so with this particular program, I can't say the program, but because they didn't really tell me um what program that it was, until, because at first, and it's funny how it worked, because at first they were saying that later on, one of the producers kind of let out, she was like, start looking at these videos, and this is kind of how it's gonna be. And I'm thinking, I was like, wow, because it was video of Snapped, okay. And I was like, wow, they're gonna have me in Snapped, okay. Hey, but it's actually another. They do documentaries, but it's documentary style, but it's a very popular show. I can't say what it is right now, but the new season will air in March. There's another show that they're wanting to fly me out for, and in Texas, okay, because she was just like, when I was about to leave, I was so tired. I was getting in my car. Well, the senior producer came out, and she started talking about that. She ran to my car. She's like, oh, you ran out so quick. I wanted to let you know you really, we appreciate, you doing a lot of what we didn't plan for you to do, because I know we didn't tell you was going to do as much as you did, but you was a trooper at the last minute. But there's another show. There's another show, because they're, like I said, Oxygen and OWN are the same people. And she says it's on our sister network, and that I'll start producing on, and we kind of want to get you out there for that one too. So, anyways, I don't know. Hey, like I said, it's not a lot of money. It's cool, but um, hey, I guess it's cool or whatever. It was I got tired, like I said, I talked for 5 hours straight. That producer sat there in that chair for 5 hours and made me talk for 5 hours. So, but like I said, it was definitely an experience that I'd never had. I've done TV. Of course, y'all know I do my TV show, I do my vlog and stuff, but I've never been on a major type situation. I guess because it's like a national situation. Um, hey, it's cool. I guess I guess I thank God for it. Um, it's not something that I was seeking out or anything. Thank you, the Alabama hitter. I appreciate that so much. When she was telling me I can't talk about the shows about the other show that they want to use me in, I think this other one is going to be on Oxygen. I'm not sure they're the same thing. This one I think is on OWN, but I know it's on OWN. This particular documentary that I did last night, and I was like, wow, it's so funny that these are the types of shows that I love doing. Here, we talk all the time, and I was like, I got to get more into doing my crime shows and this and that, and it just so happened they just seek me out like that. So it's something, and I was telling her, I was like, dog, it's so much stuff that go on around the Memphis area. She's like, really? She was like, okay, if there's been some, she was like, well, work with me, if some stuff and you think it's interesting, and send it to us. We'll definitely start looking at it. So I said, well, I'm gonna tell you, it's an abundance of crime documentaries you can make in Memphis. I was trying to leave y'all. My feet had started hurting. I had on them heels. Shout out to Diane. Diane sat there with me the whole time. We left at midnight. Okay. And she sat there the whole time. She was such a trooper. She was back there. I don't know. Like I said, they rented a mansion. And she's back there talking to the producers and stuff. So hey, I listen. It was a great experience. It was a experience. Now I see, like when I see these people on these documentaries and stuff, how long, even though the documentaries are, because I think she said this show is gonna be like 50 something. They have to add the commercials like 50 minutes or something like that, 49 minutes, because they, I guess they add stuff. I don't know. Um you been sat there. I sat there for 5 whole hours. So 5 hours for just an hour show. Hilda says, okay, let me see what you all are saying. Hello, Miss Betty Jones. She says, good morning, everyone, and congratulations, Tamara. Thank you, Miss Betty. Miss J says, good morning, beautiful people. Congratulations, T. Keep walking in your truth and blessings. Thank you. The Hitter says, be great, T. Get everything they got for you. Take advantage of every opportunity. We're extremely proud of you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much, Hitter. Oh my God. Wow. Congratulations to your hard work, dedication, and adversity has really paid off. You never know what's next. Good for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dot. Again, listen, I was talking to Steven while I was on my way to the mansion because one of the producers that had reached out to me was like, so can you come just a little bit later? Because he was like, the person that we have here now that's supposed to be the main, I forget what they call the main, it's like the main character. He forgot everything. Even though he worked on the case, it was an FBI agent. He worked on the case. He said he don't remember nothing. So yeah. So we've definitely had to go over. The other person didn't remember much either. So she's definitely had to work with them And I said, well, I've studied what they sent me, so even I forgot some stuff, but um, I forgot some things, but she was able to, like I said, she was sitting right there behind the camera. She was able to help me and get my talking points and stuff going again when I would forget a few things. And like I said, I ended up talk doing, I guess, a lot more because she had said when you're only gonna have to um be here for like 2 hours. But like I said, it went from 2 hours to 5 hours because she was like, we're having to shuffle some stuff around because we're gonna use you as the main person now, because and we'll have them to come in and kind of what's the word she say? We'll have your talking points. You'll be the main character, and then they'll kind of piggyback off of everything that you say or something, whatever. Um, it was meant for UT, not them. Thank you, Miss J. Miss Muffin says, "Thank you, Miss Muffin." So, yeah, that was a really nice experience. It was. Like I said, I was tired. I was talking. Listen, I was talking on my way there. I was talking to Steven because I had to call Steven to get him straight because he was sitting up talking about I'm trying to comment on your live and I can't comment. You don't block me on your live trial. I didn't know what Steven was talking about. So, anyways, on my way there, he was like, Tamra, you look like you tense. Because I called to get at him. And he's like, Tamra, hear the how he said, Tamra, you look like you tense. But don't be scared. Don't be tense. He said, Tamra, he says, good morning, Kawana. Off the subject, but y'all have got to watch Steven's channel. He be giving them phone. Here do you remember me and Steven? Me and you was looking at Steven channel one time. Steven was talking about what Steven was talking about. Steven was talking about what he should eat, what the types of chips and stuff. When it's like I forget what it was. He grabbed the chips, he yanked the chips like, yeah, these are the types of chips. Like he grabbed the chips. Steven grabbed the chips real hard. Hilda said, look at how Steven grabbed. He like, these are the types of he had the chips in a chokehold. Oh my God, Steven crazy. He had the chips in a chokehold. Hilda said, look how Steven grabbed them chips. Like, y'all, these are the healthy chips. He started reading the back of it. It's got such and such. He had the chips he was choking the chips. Hilda said, look how Steven grabbed them chips. Oh my God. He said, Steven, look at Steven's channel. Steven be giving the people he train here. I'm sure. I'm sure when they walk in, they get scared because Steven be there all day. Especially on a Saturday. Steven let the world know he's certified. Oh my God. I'm telling, look, Steven, I think Steven has started being in the bushes. Okay. Well, he would be, I would forget and start talking because y'all know he was training me from Alabama. Steven was calling me every morning. T, you gotta have to do what I say now. T, get up, do your jumper jacks, blah, blah, get you. Steven started me eating that roast beef with the carrots. Okay, he started me to doing it. It's like roast beef is good. Now he's saying that I'm eating too much. He's saying I'm eating too much roast beef. T, you eating too much roast beef. But you got me started eating the damn roast beef, Steven. He said I'm eating too much of it now. The Alabama Hill says Steven said, I seen toddlers. Um, but anyways, y'all, I would talk about something that I had eaten, and Stephen would text me and say, "Yeah, I caught you." He be in the bushes. He wouldn't say nothing in the chat. And then each and every time I would say, "I stopped at such and such," he said, "Oh, you ate you some chicken today, huh?" He would be listening. I remember I said that he was in the bushes, y'all. I remember I said I saw a dog and I stopped and got the dog some chicken. And I said I went back and looking for the dog and I didn't see the dog. I didn't know Steven was in the chat. Steven was in the bushes. He gonna text me and say, "I bet you ate that chicken, didn't you?" I don't remember. Anyway, y'all. Steven says Tamara's gonna be on Pop the Balloon Memphis by summertime, y'all. Anyways, I said I was gonna be dedicated to going to the gym in the mornings and in the evenings. That I am gonna do, Steven. I woke up early this morning, but I still didn't make it to the gym. So even if I went, no, I wouldn't make it right now because I got to be at work. But when I get out today, I gotta I got some cases in Orange Mound. I'll just get out and walk. I'll park and get out and walk. Orange Mound quit. Don't you even think about it because I'm gonna have the police over there with me watching me. So don't you think about sending nobody over there to 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 put a hit on me. Okay. Y'all know I have to mess with Orange Mound quit. Um anyway, y'all, it was a good experience. I really enjoyed it. 20 versus 1 with Tamara. The Alabama hitter. They said Quet and Nash ain't studying you. Listen, Cypress said that the other day. Cypress said, Quet ain't. I said, Quet trying to put a hit on me. Cypress said, Quet ain't trying to, Quet ain't studying you. He ain't trying to put no hit on you. Quet and that, look, Quet and Seth and Nash, I said, Quet and Nash, I tell you. Yeah, they bosom buddies. They bosom buddies now. Hey, I listen, I believe Sco when Sco said that it was a play. I went even I think even when I even before he said it when I thought I was like I knew it had to be a play because Nash had too much access to. He had already said that Nash was one of his vloggers. Remember, he said my vlogger Nash would never do something like that. He would never say anything like that. Remember when he was chastising all of us vloggers? He had already said that Nash was one of his vloggers. So yeah, it was a play. Then Nash had access to his lawyer and all of that. So I tell you. Mm-hmm. I gotta leave early because I gotta go. I gotta go pull up at Vanessa house, child. Gangster went on his show and said, "Get some snacks and drinks up here next time." I tell you, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm ready for. I'm ready for that. No Limit versus Cash Money. Who y'all think gonna win? Because a lot of people saying Mystical is in jail, C Murder is in jail. So do y'all think without Mystical and C Murder that um No Limit don't really have anybody? I mean, they got Mac, they got Mia X. I'm just gonna yeah, I'm a really big fan of Master P. I just love what Master P did. He made $1 out of 15 cents. I'm serious. I love No Limit. I do. Me personally, regardless of who got them, I love No Limit because I love what Master P did. So I like Cash Money a lot, but I am definitely rooting for No Limit. I think they got Lil Wayne, but they say Lil Wayne forgets his lines and stuff. Which I'm still a big fan of no Lil Wayne because I'm telling y'all something. I still be bumping that um the Fireman. I love that beat so hard. I'm telling y'all, I love that beat so bad. It's motivational too. The Fireman. I love that. The Fireman that Lil Wayne got. That's my jam. I know it's old. Y'all know I'm old school. I love that beat. I love the beat and I love the song. Master P told us he made $1 out of 15 cents every time he raps. Yeah, I actually thought they said that Mystical was out. When they said Mystical back in jail, I thought they had let Mystical out. And he was just being quiet. Dot again says Mystical is getting out soon, unfortunately. And I heard Mia and P aren't on speaking terms right now. Snoop Dogg will be there. I think Cash Money. You know what? Mia has been promoting that she's going to be there. So evidently they made up or something because she said she excited. So I saw that on her Instagram. Not unless something happened and she hadn't, gotten paid, but she had been promoting it. So I think he's got Mia, Mac. I mean, they could let C call in from jail. Can't C Murder call from jail or something and have him rapping or something? I don't know. I think they can still play his music because y'all know that Down for My Ninjas. That's the shit right there. That C Murder had. And C Murder got a song that I like called They Don't Really Know You. I like that song. Okay, Mystical, he'll be home soon. Okay. He said that's the only song C had for real. No, C had a song, They Don't Really Know You and Down for My Ninjas. I don't know. C had quite a bit of songs that people liked. C got a song that he put out when he got out of jail back in like 2009 or something called Posted on the Block. That song is hard, but I think he put that up on his True Records. Posted on the Block. Boy. I love that beat. Y'all know I be slick loving the New Orleans bounce music. And him and Mac wrote that song because Mac's mom told me that him and C Murder wrote that song, Wobble Wobble. Mac mama told me that C and Mac wrote that song together, Wobble Wobble. And that was a big hit on No Limit. T, C Murder ain't got but one hit. He's the C C Murder is definitely not the Black Youngster of No Limit. He is not. He's one of the all stars of No Limit. So other than Lil Wayne, I mean, okay, so they got Juvenile. I don't mean no harm, but I don't mean no harm. Like BG had a couple, maybe one or two. I've never really liked BG sound. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something that I do like. That song that BG remade of Fat Boy from out of Memphis, from out of West Memphis. What's his name? Fat Cat. The one that Moneybag signed. Why they and come to find out why Fat Cat ain't been putting nothing out. That Get Back as a MF. I think when BG did the remix of that song, I like that. Yeah, YTB Fat, that's his name. I call him Fat Cat. BG jumped out. I'm disappointed. Yeah, they say he didn't got back on drugs, according to OG Murder. OG Murder said he back on drugs. He said BG's Bling Bling Cash Money is an army. I never liked those two songs. I mean, it was a catchy phrase, bling bling, but I never cared for BG sound. I don't know why. I just never really cared for it. I like Juvenile, but Juvenile's sound is outdated. Juvenile got one of those sounds that can be outdated, and it's that. BG got one of those sounds that can be outdated. I think when you start talking about sounds that I think that don't outdate, in my opinion, I think Lil Wayne has a universal sound. I mean, I don't think his voice, like the way he sounds, I don't. Snoop is unique. Snoop Dogg has a unique sound. I'm talking about the way he raps. Like Lil Boosie has a unique sound. Yeah. Who else? It's quite a few rappers that have a uniqueness to them. But I'm betting on. I think No Limit is gonna win. I think No Limit definitely had the most hits. I'm a Master P fan. I'm serious. I am. Master P hangs out in Memphis a lot. They say he got a house, and I believe it because he be at the IHOP and stuff all the time. Dot again says, I'm glad two labels with folks from the same city can come together after decades with no deaths or shooting. Gotti should have learned from absolutely. Gotti and Dolph could have been the No Limit and Cash Money of Memphis, but of course, Gotti is basically pathetic. So he's pathetic. So they said, baby ought to be ashamed of his old ass for talk like he talking on that young boy. What did he say? Hilda, what did baby say? They say baby been hanging out with young boy. Hey, Tamara J. Thank you. Um, he said you got to hear it. So is he rapping? Wait a minute. I'm great. Now you got me one. I got to pull it up. What's the name of the song? Young Boy song. It's called SOMG. SOMG. Hold on. Let me see. it. NBA YoungBoy SOMG. It's not coming up. With Birdman and gets Key to the City in Atlanta. Oh, it's called F That Ninja. Okay. Let's see what Birdman. I don't see it. Oh, okay. Oh Lord, Birdman look like he tired. The Birdman look like he needs to take his Geritol laying back on that couch. With guns and stuff in his hand. Lord have mercy. He forgot. They say he forgot the lyrics to the song Birdman needs to stay out there. Miss Muffet says he forgot the lyrics to the song Birdman needs to stay off that stuff. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. They must did it live because I'm looking at the video. He laying back on the couch holding the gun and stuff. NBA YoungBoy never broke again. They said Birdman. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about. When they had arthritis and stuff. They this is what I see right here. Look. Fuck that nigga. Some real shit. Fuck that nigga. Real down every nigga. Fuck that nigga. Look at his pants sagging. Lord have mercy. Baby 62 years old. Oh, look at how he walking off the stage. Lord have mercy. You can tell he was tired. Oh, Lord have mercy. Pussy nigga, we out there. Get your mercy. It's sad when people don't want to get old. I like Birdman, dog. Birdman gonna give himself a heart attack hanging out with them young boys. He needs to sit down. Because I mean, their systems and stuff still young enough to handle some drugs that his old system can't take. It's gonna put him down. Oh my God. They gave you the key to Atlanta. Then cancel this show, Lord. They gave him a key to Atlanta and then cancel his show. Lord have mercy. Somebody called me from North Carolina, looks like. Let me see. Whoever you were calling me, you still want to talk? I had just started, so I didn't answer the phone. Okay, I think this is it right here. Oh, okay, they've called me before, so maybe it's somebody, a regular on the show. What area code is 254?
Please leave your message for 2544.
Let's see, 254 area code. Oh, that's Texas. 254 is Texas area code. So that's the Waco, Texas area code. Okay, that's the Waco, Texas area code. They started calling as soon as I came on, but I guess the number must have been up, but I wasn't taking calls at that point. I had just came on. So I guess they said they don't want to, whatever they wanted to say, they don't want to say no more. They didn't answer the phone. I said 9:56, but still. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. I got to go to work. Okay. I got to go to work. Listen, I appreciate you all, but remember, I had fun on here with y'all this morning. Alabama Hitter came in here cracking me up, talking about Steven. Alabama Hitter started this, but hey, it's got me happy because I done laughed the time this morning. I came in here to give inspiration about, your gifts will make room for you. Just know everybody has an appointed time. If you stay on the right path, just keep praying, turn your praise up. Just pray, just knowing that God is a keeper of God's word, whatever that is, whatever you have before God. Get the right type of intercessors and people around you to pray for you. Okay. Make sure you keep those people around you, the right kind of intercessors. Make sure that they're praying for you and not against you. And just ignore the distractions. Okay. Hey, I get people to tell me all the time. I have people in my chat that definitely keep me encouraged all of the time, right? That call me and keep me encouraged, and they always encourage me to just ignore the distractions. Okay. Diane, the guys may not want me to mention their name, so I won't do it. But definitely it's a lot of people keep me encouraged. So I appreciate that. Hey, and so now I'm imparting into you all what they have imparted into me, because believe it or not, it gets it I get weary sometimes, when people are because of their jealousy. People don't know you. Hey, they go, but you have to understand, when people come from the gutter, all they know how to do is throw garbage. They stink like garbage. That's all they know, right? So you have to expect that. You can't expect for people to be like you, or whatever. We all come from different walks of life. You don't know what people have gone through. You don't know their mental state. You don't know that. You don't know their mental history, their background, or anything like that. So you can't expect for people to act normal if they're not normal, right? So, but I appreciate all of the impartation that you all have put on the inside of me. Hey, it makes me feel good when I can have different guys to call me and say, listen, I didn't agree with that. That's not a reflection of everybody as a man. Hey, we'll keep you encouraged. Don't worry about that. We don't believe that about you. You just keep on your path. Just keep doing this. Just keep doing that. It really makes me feel good when I can hear it from men, right? Because it is very encouraging, for a man to say, hey, listen, hey, that's not normal. Don't even worry about that. You got a bigger calling, right? So like I said, he said, keep going, ain't no stopping, anime. So I do be appreciating that. I remember one time one of my subs, and hey, I did, he was like, Miss T, such and such and such, and I reported it instantly, like that is so wrong. Hey, I appreciate that, when I do. Y'all don't know how much I do. I appreciate that. I do. I've seen some of my subscribers. He said, keep going, ain't no stopping, anime. Miss J says, thank you, Miss Tamara. Trust me, your inspirations help. Been watching for a long time. With the recent passing of my dad, please know listening to you help. Love you and the chat. I love you too, Miss J. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all's encouraging words. And a lot of the reasons why I share quite a bit is because I understand, especially as women, we go through the same things. That's why I can't understand why other women can be so dedicated to wanting to try and bring down another woman that they know anything about with lies, right? Hey, listen, there have been some things, there are some people that I know I could bring down with the truth, but hey, I'm past that. As a matter of fact, I just don't do it anyways, because sometimes you start staring into shit, you'll start smelling like it. So a lot of times what I do is I'll get mad sometimes, and I might say something, but then I won't. I'll jump about the mud, because oftentimes people just want you down in the slop with them. You can't give them that, okay? Listen, y'all. Hey, I enjoyed being on here with you all this morning. I definitely do love you all. Okay, I appreciate your support and all of that good stuff. I got to get off of here and run because I got to go to work. I know they said, but if you got a bit, listen, really needed this encouragement, Tamara. Shout out to that. Yeah. See, look, Kevin says, shout out to Diane and those here. Wasn't Diane looking cute? Wasn't Diane looking cute? Shout out to my sister, came all the way from where she lived at. Thank you, Tamika. My sister came all the way from where she lived at. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. I'm getting ready to call her. I got to call Diane and thank her while I'm on live. She came all the way from where she was at. And I was like, at any time, because I had no idea they was going to keep me there until midnight. And she stayed the whole time. She probably sleep. Hello. I told him, I said, Diane, look, I got you on the show. Say hey to everybody. Look, Diane, they said you was looking good in those heels. Say hello to everybody.
What the heck?
Oh, I got you on the show.
I'm on there now.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Right.
You said what, Diane?
I stayed out all night.
Yeah, she stayed. Look, they said looking fine as a frog hair. It said woo wee.
Go ahead then.
He talking about you, Diane. I told him I wanted to tell you I appreciate you for sitting there with me all night. We was there longer than we had anticipated, but you stayed there with me. I thought that I was like, I know she probably gonna leave it in time, but I appreciate you being there with me. You came all the way from where you live to be here with me on my big day.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna leave you there. I was not gonna leave you. That wouldn't been cool if I had left you there by yourself like that. So hey, that's what friends do, right?
That's what friends do. I appreciate that. All right, Diane. I got to get ready to go to work. I love you. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you later.
Okay, love you too. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. All right, you all. What's up, Miss Tyranny? Shout out to everybody. Hey, Miss TB21. Look at Kevin Felder lusting over Diane. Diane is very pretty. She's real tall, cute as a button. Listen, you guys. Hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in. One of the girls that I went to, I don't know if it would be safe. I'd be wanting to get some stuff started. Like we was talking about the stylist that I ended up going to yesterday, and I went to her by default because she licked me. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all now. Let me just say this. I gotta say this. Okay. People don't understand that they miss out on their blessings when they try and lick people. Like the day before yesterday, when I got back from the conference, I was supposed to go to my stylist, and he ended up having to work late. And I was like, so are you saying like when you get off at 9, you're going to come do my hair? He was like, I don't know if I'm be able to do it. So I was like, oh my God, like tomorrow I got to record. So I ended up calling one of my other stylists. She told me, okay, well, show up. And then when I got out there off of Get Well, where her shop is, she didn't show up. And I was sitting out there in the dark. Okay. I was calling her. I guess you want to say she forgot. Okay. But she did me dirty. So my sister was like, why don't you call another girl I used to go to, and she does a very good job, but she's always been very expensive. So I called her, and she was like, who is this? And I had not been to her in years. And so she was like, oh, okay. And y'all, she licked me. She gave me a high-ass price. And the thing about it is she can do hair really good. But one of the reasons I stopped going to her is because the girl is very high. And I said that to say this. People miss out on their blessings when they're trying to lick folks. Okay. I'm going to hit a lick off her. Okay. I was desperate and I had to go. Whereas if you just charge a normal price, what she don't understand is, we talk about with my sew-ins, they last for 3 months. I don't keep no motherfucking sew-in for 3 months. I goes and get my sew-ins when I do have them, every like 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, because I don't like for my hair to move back on my head. Okay. So if she had not tried to hit a lick on me, and she hit a lick on me. If she had not tried to hit a lick, she would have had a dedicated customer every 6 weeks. And that is the problem with a lot of Black businesses. We try and hit licks on people. That lady hit a lick on me. I was thinking about that when I was on my way to my damn shoot. That woman hit a lick off of me. Okay? Don't get me started. All right? And then didn't wash my head, because I washed my own and treated my own hair. I'm telling you, I told her, I said, I don't wear no sew-ins for no 3 months with my hair moving all back on my head. No, when your hair starts growing, it moves back. I have to. No, that ain't how I do it. Okay. But to hit a lick off of a person, what she did was she lost a blessing. Because I would have went to that lady every 6 weeks like I was doing before, because she definitely gifted. But she tries to hit licks. And she hit one yesterday, but she won't hit another one. Okay. But if she had did it right, she could have been, if she had been decent with it, she could have got well, she could have really did well, because I would have made sure that I went to her she would have been the person I went to every 5 to 6 weeks. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go because I gotta go to work. I don't live too far from where I work at, okay? Because I could really walk to work, but I'm not going to. I thought about I'm gonna get me a motor scooter. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a motor scooter so I could just ride I'm gonna get me a moped. Y'all, do they still sell mopeds? I want to get a moped so I could ride my moped to work. Is it called moped or moped? Is it moped or moped? What is it, Hitter? I'm gonna get me a moped so I can ride it to work. Y'all know those are mini motorcycles, because I can jump on it and just ride it to work, and I don't have to drive. I could walk to work, but I don't want to. Okay, that'd be good exercise. I'm gonna start walking to work like 2 times a week. If I walk to work, I'll get there in 20 minutes. I drive to work, I get there in 5 minutes. Anyway, Shua, I love you all. Y'all be safe out there. Have a good day.